Walking into a Home Depot or a Lowe's today can be misleading. Everywhere you look, you see brand names you've trusted for years. The bright DeWalt yellow, the John Deere green, the well-known Maytag badge. There's a big yellow special buy sticker grabbing your attention, making it seem like you've found a professional-grade machine at a great price. But that's not the reality. In most cases, you're actually purchasing the lowest-tier product that brand has ever put its name on. Over the last 2 decades, large retail chains have pressured iconic American brands into a tough deal, meet a strict price point, around $400, or lose their place on the shelves. The brands didn't push back. They agreed. And that decision led to something entirely new, entry-level product lines specifically designed to be short-lived. Despite that, they still carry the same trusted logos that originally stood for machines built to last decades. That logo becomes the illusion. It makes you assume the quality is unchanged. It isn't. Today, we're breaking down the big box retail strategy piece by piece. We'll uncover the entry-level illusion, the truth behind plastic components, and why experienced plumbers and mechanics avoid buying their equipment from warehouse retailers. Let's start with one of the most expensive traps in the store: major appliances. You might see a well-known brand selling for $400 less than a similar unit at a local independent appliance shop. So how can they offer it that cheap? It's not because they secured a better deal on the same product. It's because they had a cheaper version of that product made specifically for them. These retailers require exclusive models, machines designed from the beginning to meet aggressive price targets. To make that possible, manufacturers reduce costs everywhere: thinner metal, smaller motors pushed closer to their limits, plastic tubs replacing stainless steel, and complicated electronic boards instead of simple mechanical systems. The front still says Maytag. It still says Whirlpool. But what's inside no longer reflects the durability those names were built on. And this is where it becomes costly for you. When the control board fails after a few years, or when parts like the aluminum drum support begin to corrode and break, you call a technician. They check the model and discover that replacement parts are either unavailable or priced higher than the value of the machine itself. So in reality, you didn't get a bargain appliance. You ended up with a short-term product, something closer to a 3-year rental disguised as a machine meant to last a decade. Now let's break down why professional plumbers avoid big-box stores. If you ever hire a licensed plumber for a bathroom renovation and hand them a $60 faucet you picked up on clearance from Lowe's or Home Depot, there's a good chance they'll either refuse to install it or won't offer any warranty on their work. Why? Because they understand something most customers don't. Big box stores carry multiple tiers of the same brand, from the cheapest plastic versions to more durable mid-range options. But the entire store layout is designed to guide you toward the lowest priced item. The end cap displays, the special buy labels, the clearance sections, everything is strategically placed to push you toward that $59 faucet instead of the $200 one. At that lower price point, compromises are everywhere. The pop-up drain might be plastic-coated to resemble chrome. The outer body could be plastic with a metallic finish. The supply lines are often thinner and less durable. Any component that can be made cheaper usually is. Now, major brands often claim that the internal valve cartridge, the part that controls water flow, is identical across all their models, no matter where you buy them. And for brands like Moen or Delta, that's technically correct. But that's only one piece of the system. The real cost-cutting happens in everything surrounding it: the housing, the drain assembly, the connectors. Those are the parts most likely to fail over time. When a plastic drain cracks or a weak supply line gives out behind your wall, the damage doesn't happen instantly, it leaks slowly. Moisture builds up inside the drywall, damaging cabinets, encouraging mold growth, and leading to expensive repairs. That $60 faucet can easily turn into a $4,000 problem. Professional plumbers are fully aware of this risk. That's why they avoid installing the lowest-tier products. They don't want callbacks, and they don't want to be held responsible for failures that were essentially built into the product from the start. Instead, they source their fixtures from professional plumbing supply houses. Walk into a Home Depot and you'll see rows of green and yellow John Deere riding mowers, complete with the iconic leaping deer logo. The price tag might say $1,200, leading the average homeowner to believe they're buying a genuine John Deere tractor. But that's not the full picture. What they're actually purchasing is a John Deere 100 series mower. What big box retailers don't highlight is that while these machines are built in the same factories as higher-end models, the 100 series exists for one primary reason: to meet a price point that allows John Deere to have a product on big box store floors. And to reach that price, compromises are made, starting with components like a sealed, light-duty transmission, transaxle, designed more for affordability than long-term durability. It comes pre-filled with a set amount of hydraulic fluid. There's no drain plug, no way to replace the fluid, and no option to service it. It's essentially designed to be disposable. If you're using it lightly, like mowing a flat quarter-acre suburban lawn once a week, it might hold up for 5 or 6 years without issues. But the moment you push it beyond that, pulling heavy loads like firewood, cutting on steep slopes, or using it like a true tractor, the limitations show up fast. The fluid overheats, internal components wear down, and eventually the transmission fails. And when that happens, replacing it can cost nearly as much as buying a brand new mower. Now, your local authorized John Deere dealer also sells the 100 series. It's the exact same machine. The difference is in the guidance you get. A dealer is far more likely to recommend stepping up to something like the X300 or X500 series, machines built for actual work. These models come with serviceable transmissions, cast iron front axles, and hydraulic lift systems. They're engineered for durability and long-term use, not just to sit on display next to garden supplies. Big box stores aren't even allowed to carry those higher-end models. The dealer network is intentionally protected, which means the only John Deere products you'll ever find in those stores are the most budget-focused, disposable versions the company produces. And once again, the logo does the convincing. It makes you think you're buying into the same legacy of quality, when in reality, you're not. Over time, big box retailers have trained consumers to prioritize convenience and low prices above everything else. In the process, they've built an entire market of disposable products hidden behind trusted, heritage brand names. So how do you avoid falling into this trap? Use what could be called the dealer loophole. Stop buying machines from the same place you pick up paper towels and light bulbs. If you're in the market for a washing machine, go to a local independent appliance dealer and ask for heavy-duty, analog-style models that they actually stock parts for, brands like Speed Queen. If you need plumbing fixtures, visit a professional plumbing supply house where even the entry-level options are built to a higher standard than what you'll find at a big-box retailer. If you're buying a mower, go directly to an authorized dealer and ask specifically for a model with a serviceable transmission, not the one displayed on the promotional end cap in a warehouse store. Yes, it takes a bit more effort. Yes, the upfront cost is higher. But in return, you're getting solid brass components, thicker steel construction, and true commercial-grade engineering, the kind of quality big box stores have conditioned you to believe no longer exists. It does exist. You just won't find it in aisle 12. If you made it this far, drop a comment and share the worst name brand tool or appliance you've bought from a big box store that failed almost immediately. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next forensic audit.